Hello, guys. Welcome to the fifth episodes of Nerds and Jocks Dugout Discussions. With me, I have Shagnik and Rohit Da. आज हम लोग पहले ही बात करेंगे इंडिया वर्सेस अफगानिस्तान के बारे में। रोहित दा, आपको कैसा लगा कल का खेल?
What एकदम अच्छा नहीं लगा honestly, because a game, last game where probably a draw would have done, but Timash could have went for a victory. India was playing very well in the first 30 minutes, but after that I don't know what happened to them. They started devolving like anything. Midfield में कोई भी creativity कल काम नहीं किया. It felt as if India was chasing shadows. Afghanistan was a far better team. In fact, India का जो goal भी हुआ, that was also on luck. ठीक है, मतलब वो ऐसा मिस कभी होता नहीं है इंटरनेशनल फुटबॉल में, बट फॉर सम रीजन और द अदर गोलकीपर का हाथ से बॉल निकल गया था. But the way Afghanistan came back, it was actually beautiful. And being honest, being an Indian football fan, now it's actually very tiring to see India's lack of strikers. Like, we have been relying on Sunil Chhetri way too much, and we haven't been producing good strikers for a long time. So gone are the days. Like, India has always been extremely one-dimensional when it comes to striking. Let's say if we take care of, if we see in the times of Baichung Bhutia, he was the solitary striker. Uska baad aaya Sushil Singh, who didn't last for a long period of time. So right now, after that, it has all been Sunil Chhetri. There was a time when another Manveer Singh, not the one who's playing right now, there used to be another Manveer Singh who used to play for Mahindra United. He was actually deemed as a very bright prospect, but उसका बाद से पता नहीं यार इंडिया का ये striking का problem कब जाएगा. And I don't think that until and unless I League and ISL will make it a priority, या फिर एक rule बनाएगा that one Indian striker is important, or it's a rule that you have to play one Indian striker, मेरे ख्याल से शायद कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. Yesterday India actually had no clue what was happening. They were simply running low on fuel. And midfield में, I don't know, this there were a few decisions of Stimash which I couldn't hold off. I mean, like, जब इंडिया को गोल जरूरत है, why did he not use players like Abdul Sahal or Anirudh Thapa who can actually score? And last दिन जब बांग्लादेश का साथ we played a three-man defense so that we can actually attack, then why again use Rahul Beke yesterday and stretch it into a four-man defense? Like, if it's a team like Afghanistan where we know that we can actually attack them, because despite the fact that Afghanistan is ranked 145th, they have gotten good players, okay? And at the same time, I believe India and Afghanistan are almost evenly matched. India may have a slight advantage, but वो rankings doesn't really justify what's happening. ठीक है, so when we know, जब Stimash को last game में ही दिखा कि India is actually playing very well with a three-man defense, then why again introduce Rahul Beke? Why not stick to Sanjay Shingan, Subhashish Bose and Chinglenthana Singh? ठीक है, और ऊपर से yesterday again, I still do not understand, is Stimash really having a challenge to use, or rather to specify on a starting 11? Because every single match में वो experiment करता है, and I don't know why. Because again, yesterday we saw the likes of this guy, I'm forgetting his name, Suresh, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's Suresh Singh, someone like that. And I believe the second guy who was really not in his form yesterday was Glenn Martins. Martins was not able to go body to body with the Afghan strikers. So at that very point in time, मेरे ख्याल से Stimash should have switched to a much more attacking strategy. Bring in Abdul Sahad in midfield and make him combine with Brandon Fernandez instead of playing Suresh Singh out there. So I believe वहाँ पे बहुत सारा errors हुआ. और एक चीज जो मुझे एकदम अच्छा नहीं लगा, that is when India was going on the attack, for some reason or the other, Manveer Singh gets crowded. And whenever Manveer Singh is getting crowded, I believe that is where the other attackers of India come together and form a coordination, so that वहाँ पे जो man advantage हमें मिल रहा है उसे use करना चाहिए. But India seems as if, you know, कि यार ठीक है चलता है. They are least interested. उसका body language कल कुछ ज़्यादा ही लो था. एक ऐसा गेम जहाँ पे we need to draw, we need to win, अगर ऐसा body language है, it is really very difficult. Another important thing that India lacked. So there were a couple of occasions wherein I believe that India had a one-on-one chance. Not exactly a one-on-one chance, but India was on the counter. India was on the break. And we all know that Indians, the speed that Indians have, that's not really great. but फिर भी still it's good enough. So Ashik was running. So अगर आशिक का साथ कोई और रहता तो शायद उसके लिए बहुत easy होता. Ashik was getting crowded by 3 to 4 defenders on the Afghanistan side. Now I believe this is where long rangers come into the picture. Indians में उतना शायद, I don't know, the only Indian I have seen taking long shots, one of them is Brandon Fernandez and the other one is Abdul Kamal. I don't know what is wrong with India, that why will they not opt for long shots. I was extremely disappointed last game में. और जब lead हो भी गया, when the very moment the lead was taken, why take out Ashik Kurunia out of the equation? Why not go for already leading and we have taken a lead, or जहाँ पे I know that last 15 minutes we can defend. Why not bring in someone like Adil Khan into the defense? Why stick to a 4-man defense जहाँ पे Chinglen Sana is going for attack still? I know that you probably want to kill the game in that very instant, but see, you have to be very, very perceptive to your strategy. If you're not perceptive to your strategies, that is where the problem happens. India needs to understand that India still hasn't got that much strength जहाँ पे they can go ahead and challenge the opposition in open play. Like against teams like Afghanistan, probably other teams like Bangladesh, बोलो तो that's a different.
शायद थोड़ा कनेक्शन का प्रॉब्लम हुआ है रोहित के साथ. ठीक है शाग्निक, मैं तुम्हारे पास आऊंगा. ग्लेन मार्टिन्स का खेल आपको कैसा लगा?
ऑब्वियसली जैसे रोहित दा ने बोला कि ग्लेन मार्टिन्स कल अपना बेस्ट फॉर्म में नहीं था, बट टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, ग्लेन मार्टिन्स इज अ इंटरेस्टिंग प्रोस्पेक्ट फॉर इंडिया. There are few players I would like to mention, जैसे कि अपुया, ग्लेन मार्टिन्स और चिंगलेनसाना सिंह. They are the upcoming future prospects of India. ठीक है. अब जब we are watching ISL and seeing these players perform so competitively at such a good level, we obviously expect a lot from them. But Indian side में ऐसा नहीं हो रहा है. Like India has a string of disappointing performances, as you know, except Bangladesh जिसके साथ 2-0 जीत गया, वो भी last moment में. Let that aside. But still, मतलब कुछ issues है कि players are getting very less time together, या फिर Stimac is making some of the wrong decisions. But still, मेरे को लगता है we are expecting a lot from these people and they are not delivering at the right time. और ऐसा अगर चलता रहेगा, so we should not expect something like great from India at the AFC Asian qualifiers. Like India ने qualify कर गया Asian qualifiers में third round में, but they still have to battle it out. और अगर उनको वहाँ पे जीतना है, so they really have to pull it up and bring together their best game.
जी, हम लोग होप करते हैं कि इंडिया अपने श्योर. अभी थोड़ा सा कोपा अमेरिका के बारे में भी बात करते हैं रोहित दा. आपको कैसा लगा अर्जेंटीना, चिली एंड ब्राजील, वेनेजुएला?
Brazil, Venezuela, definitely, yeah, Brazil was too strong. But I personally believe that a team like Venezuela, जिसका first squad भी नहीं था यार, उसका पास COVID affected team है. I believe Brazil should have done much better यार. 3 goals was actually an understatement. I was expecting somewhere close to 4 to 5 goals. But honestly, their attack was not up to the mark. Richarlison was all around the place. उसका पास 2 golden opportunities था one-on-one में. एक पे जहाँ पे बंदा lob किया and that lob was defended by the defender. So what's the point of doing that watery of a lob? और second time जो मैंने देखा Richarlison का, that is शायद goalkeeper को dodge किया था. Goalkeeper को dodge करने के बाद he had an entire open net in front of him. He still couldn't shoot it. So यार नहीं पता. I believe I was very disappointed with Brazil's attack, but then again they came back very strongly in the second half. But Neymar, I don't know, there's something wrong with Neymar or not, but Neymar, the way he performs for France, he is not for PSG, he is not performing the same for Brazil. Because I personally believe he is not one player who is just about getting the balls and shooting them in. He can take the ball, he can carry it forward, he can dribble. लेकिन यार उसका आधा भी half भी skills यार हम लोग उसको ब्राजील के लिए तो देखते नहीं है. So somewhere down the line, I personally believe that Neymar is not up to the mark for Brazil. Richarlison is not up to the mark for Brazil. But again, as a team, Brazil played very well. Marquinhos was actually a standout player. Marquinhos was all around the place. He ensured that attacks that Brazil are putting forward, that continues. और एक important factor जो Brazil का is not working in Brazil's favor, and that is Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus, I don't know what's wrong with him again. Manchester City के लिए he is altogether a different player. When he comes for Brazil, for some reason or the other, he suffers from a dilemma. He suffers from a dilemma that whether actually to go for glory himself or he should set it up for Neymar or Richarlison, whoever is going in. कहीं पे मुझे लग रहा है कि Gabriel Jesus lacks in speed as well when it comes to the Brazil side. Maybe it's due to a certain amount of lack of fitness, which we can say. जो बाकी Brazil team का speed है, I believe that is somewhere where he is not able to perform. But anyway, I believe opening match था तो शायद ठीक ही है. Venezuela actually did try and put in a few good crosses. But again, at the end of the day, at the end of all those crosses, instead of finding their own players, Alisson was at his very best in the last game, and he ensured that nothing is spilling out. And
nothing is spilling out. And that is exactly why यार मेरे को लगा कि Brazil probably could have done it better. That was for Brazil.
So again, I believe that the Argentina-Chile game, of course, Argentina was dominant. But again, the same thing for Argentina, yaar. Over reliability on Messi, somewhere down the other. Despite the fact that they went on to take 18 shots in the game, wherein Chile took only 5, I believe Argentina should be scoring more goals. And that's to the goal that Messi scored. Of course, that was an extraordinary strike, no doubt about that. But depending on extraordinary strikes to win your tournament is utter foolishness.
आपको फ्री किक कैसा लगा मेसी का?
लाजवाब. There is no question यार. मेसी रोनाल्डो फ्री किक लेते हैं तो कुछ बात अलग ही होता है यार. तो of course it was brilliant free kick, but
रहता ही है.
Always. But then again यार, वो सिर्फ एक फ्री किक से जब तुम्हारा स्ट्राइकिंग लाइन में you have gotten Lautaro Martinez, you have gotten Messi, you have gotten Paredes, you have gotten Gonzalez. यार थोड़ा बहुत वैरायटी तो लाना चाहिए, right? Chile, on the contrary, was much more silent than their usual self because Chile is a much more attacking team. But I found that somewhere down the line, they were not really ready. मुझे पता नहीं क्यों यार ये लग रहा है कि कोपा अमेरिका में अभी जो वो इलेक्ट्रीफाइंग गेम्स जो हम लोग we expect from these level of tournaments, somewhere down the other it's not coming up in Copa, and we are very disheartened as fans. Probably यार जो लोग Brazil Argentina का fans are, they are happy that their teams like Brazil fans are of course happy that their team won emphatically. But Argentina fans are still not happy because they had to be content with a draw. But still, ठीक है. They were at least happy that Messi scored a brilliant free kick. But I believe where Copa America में where probably two of the best teams of the world are out there, Brazil and Argentina, I expect a lot more from that tournament.
मुझे समझ में नहीं आता. सैम्पायोली के टाइम में भी ये था, अभी भी ये देख रहा हूँ. वो लोग अपने बेस्ट टीम कभी नहीं उतारते. आप देखोगे एंजेल डी मारिया, सर्जियो एग्युएरो सब स्टैंड्स ही बेंच ही गर्म कर रहे हैं. बाद में सब उतर रहे हैं, लेकिन फर्स्ट 11 में कोई नहीं रहता है.
मुझे ये सर्जियो अगुएरो का इक्वेशन अभी तक पता नहीं है. आई स्टिल डोंट नो व्हाट आर दे ट्राइंग टू डू विद सर्जियो अगुएरो. अब मेरा क्वेश्चन ये फिर से रहेगा स्कलोनी का पास भी, that why not Icardi and Dybala? What's wrong with them? They were probably like one of the best, like they are two of the best players in Europe at the moment. So yeah, try them out. At least try them out. तुम्हारा ऐसे भी तुम्हारा जो squad है, they are not firing. So what is happening? Why are you actually going ahead and sitting and relying on your players who are not able to score? Sergio Aguero, why does he have to come on as a substitute? Angel Di Maria, they are starters, they are regular starters. Until and unless they are not housing an injury, why will they come on as substitutes? मुझे ये कुछ नया, I don't know, this is kind of a trend that we will try and do something with the experiments and we will come out on top. But please try and understand that football is evolving. You have to get in touch. You have to get into the groove with an evolving football game. So यार अगर तुमको ये पता नहीं है कि how exactly to evolve your team and you want to be a hero, you want to be an icon by using ingenious moves, then you will never be successful. Look at Didier Deschamps. He always feels his first team. Yeah, France ka team, they're always the first team coming to play.
Exactly.
Look at Germany, you're always the first team coming to play, and that is why they are so successful. अगर तुमको अपना फर्स्ट टीम पे भरोसा नहीं है, जहाँ पे there is a massive demand for players like Sergio Aguero and Angel Di Maria across Europe, across South America, और तुम जब नेशनल टीम उतार रहे हो तुमको लगता है कि यार ये they are not fit enough for the opening or the starting 11. That is nonsense. Come on, where are your wits? Yeah, if you like any which ways you're building your second team and the result that we are getting, जाने ही दो यार, मत बोलो. then why not try your opening players and do damage?
ठीक है, अब बात करेंगे यूरो कप के बारे में। जैसे रोहित दा ने कहा फ्रांस और जर्मनी के बारे में, तो आप कितने इम्प्रेस हुए फ्रांस और जर्मनी के मैच से? बहुत
हर
कमाल
एक
का मैच था कल।
I still didn't know like how did the time pass for 90 minutes. I was stunned.
Exactly.
Like
The
I
pace
was
was
actually
so
not able
different.
to believe. Exactly. I mean the game was of a different pace altogether. Probably for me, according this was the best match of Euro until now. I thought that most likely the last game between Ukraine and the other team, Netherlands, was supposed to be the most electrifying game. But France and Germany, हम लोग last दिन preview में भी बात किया था कि ये दोनों टीम में से कोई बैठने वाला है नहीं, कोई भी ये सिट बैक करके डिफेंड करने वाला टीम है नहीं, दोनों का दोनों ही अटैकिंग टीम्स है, एंड दैट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट हैपेंड ऑन द ग्राउंड. France got a bit fortunate. Hummels couldn't go ahead and keep the ball out. So, and I told you that it was going to be Paul Pogba's long balls that are going to count because he's going to target Kylian Mbappe, and that is what happened. That is exactly what unfolded for France. पता है ये जर्मनी कहा, वेयर डिड जर्मनी लूज द मैच? जैसे मैंने कहा था उसका देखो, जर्मनी एंड फ्रांस मैच्ड ईच अदर इन एवरी सिंगल एस्पेक्ट. ठीक है, नोयाल लोरिस, their defense against their defense, their defensive mid against their defensive mid. Somewhere down the line, I felt Tony Cruz was a bit reticent. Tony Cruz was not at his phenomenal best. He could have done a lot more than what he's capable of. But Germany lost the game due to lack of strikers. इतना सारा chances create किया था Germany, and उसका बाद जाके हमें देखते हैं कि यार finish करने वाला बंदा नहीं है. That is where the problem lies. Leroy Sané should have actually come a long time back. They actually deployed Leroy Sané मेरे ख्याल से थोड़ा लेट. लेरॉय साने इज अ वेरी इम्पैक्टफुल प्लेयर, तो उसे और भी जल्दी आना चाहिए था टू गो अहेड एंड हेल्प द जर्मन अटैकिंग लाइन. बट ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, होता है. They also, I mean, like I was really shocked to see that they actually deployed Timo Werner. Timo Werner has really not been in a good form. Emre Can should have come in again a long time back, but he didn't. Like he came in around 80-85 minutes, ऐसे ही कुछ आया था. So ये सब players को they should be bringing in more. Lucas Klosterman was there. Even they could have tried Lucas Klosterman for the attack. So I personally believe that somewhere down the line, Germany held back. Germany held back in their attack, and until and unless they fix this striking problem, it is going to be a challenge for them. But the game was very explosive. France was a bit unfortunate that two of their goals were called off due to offside. But again, I mean, both the teams has presented us with an electrifying tournament. I would really like to praise the way Paul Pogba played yesterday. Paul Pogba
And
for me
Mbappe.
was the man of the match, and Mbappe. Like there was an unspoken match which was made in heaven
Exactly.
between these two. They knew how to go ahead and attack. The pace that Mbappe showed. I mean, even Neuer was no match for Mbappe. I thought that he will be. जब पहला सेव किया था Mbappe का शॉट से, मुझे लगा कि शायद ये बहुत अच्छा कॉन्टेस्ट होने वाला है. But after that, whatever Mbappe shot, either the Woodward saved it or an offside trap saved it. Other than that, Mbappe was electrifying. Paul Pogba was great. In fact, Antoine Griezmann was also great. Like Griezmann भी दो तीन ऐसे chances create किया था जहाँ से शायद गोल हो सकता था. But again, the German defense was up to the mark. There was another incident which really caught my eye. अगर Germany एक split second, I will come to that, the Rudiger incident. I will come to that. But एक चीज जो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा कल फ्रांस का टीम में, अगर जर्मनी एक भी सेकंड, whenever they were going for the attack, if they were missing out the ball by 1 second, the France players were all over Germany. I mean, Varane and Kimpembe played a brilliant defensive role, and that was really impressive. Now coming to Antonio Rudiger, I don't know what was he trying with Paul Pogba. Was he trying to bite him?
सुआरेस का फैन बन गया वो.
Exactly. I guess there was a case of molestation as well, a light molestation as well. So यार मेरा question यही था, Rudiger, why? What were you trying to do? I don't know whether you like Pogba or not, because देखो यार अभी तो everybody is very accepting, very inclusive. So यार be forward, be straightforward. Tell it to Pogba that it's okay, I love you.
पोग्बा अलग ही खेलता है जब वो नेशनल टीम के लिए परफॉर्म करता है. अलग ही पोग्बा लगता है.
Agreed.
अलग ही
Like
लगता है उसे.
मतलब वो जब क्लब लेवल में खेलता है, when he plays for the club that I
Exactly.
support, Manchester United. But yeah, he is good. He is actually good for Manchester as well. But the game that he plays for France, that is altogether a different level. And I believe he is an extremely important name for France. He is the live wire of the French midfield. So yes, of course, ये टीम बहुत दूर जाने वाला है. But I personally believe my prediction from this group, if I remember in the first episode, was Portugal and France. But कल का मैच देखने का बाद somewhere down the line I believe it's gonna be France and Germany.
Okay, big statement, Rohit.
Kind of.
शाग्निक, काई हैवर्ट्स का परफॉर्मेंस आपको कैसा लगा? बहुत निराश किया उन्होंने कल।
हो सकता है, लाइक काई हैवर्ट्स इज स्टिल अ यंग टैलेंट। मतलब हम देखते हैं जर्मन स्क्वाड में, जैसे काई हैवर्ट्स, इवन टीमो वर्नर कहीं ना कहीं एक यंगस्टर है, न्यू
वो बहुत
टैलेंट
लेट
है।
आया था,
दे विल
जो भी
ऑब्वियसली, उन लोग को टाइम लगेगा गेम में अडेप्ट होने के लिए। और कल का मैच में ऑब्वियसली देयर वाज अ डिफरेंस इन द क्वालिटी ऑफ द स्क्वाड। जैसे फ्रांस एक चैंपियन टीम है, काफी प्रोस्पेक्ट्स है फ्रांस टीम में, और वो पूरा मैच डोमिनेंट थे फ्रांस। लाइक मैंने पूरा मैच नहीं देखा, बट आई सॉ द हाइलाइट्स एंड दे वर टोटली डोमिनेंट इन द मैच।
चलिए अब बढ़ते हैं पोर्तुगल हंगरी के मैच के बारे में। रोनाल्डो के परफॉर्मेंस से आप कितना इम्प्रेस हुए रोहित कल?
लास्ट हाफ में जो खेला, जहाँ पे खेला, दैट वाज रियली गुड टू सी। ठीक है, मतलब वो लास्ट हाफ में, मतलब लास्ट 5 मिनट्स में। बट अदर देन दैट आई पर्सनली बिलीव हंगरी डिड अ ब्रिलियंट जॉब, एब्सोल्युटली ब्रिलियंट जॉब। एंड आई बिलीव 3-0 स्कोर लाइन कुछ ज्यादा ही क्रूअल होगा यार। मतलब आई रियली थॉट दैट हंगरी विल एक्चुअली टेक आउट अ पॉइंट। इनफैक्ट आई वाज वेरी हैप्पी व्हेन हंगरी स्कोर्ड, because the way they played this game, they didn't just sit back and defend. They were actually attacking and they were hitting Portugal on the break. But unfortunate यार, मतलब देखो, जैसे लास्ट मैंने बोला था जो इटली और इसका मैच हुआ था, कि इटली और टर्की का, कि यहाँ पे नर्व बहुत ज्यादा काम करता है। यू हैव टू होल्ड योर नर्व, यू हैव टू कीप योर डिफेंस इंटैक्ट। एक गोल अगर तुम यहाँ से कंसीड कर देते हो, जहाँ पे तुम कंटिन्यूअसली डिफेंड करते हो, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू होल्ड ऑन टू दैट मेंटालिटी एनीमोर। और वो वहां से रिटालिएट करना भी बहुत डिफिकल्ट है। I personally believe Hungary was doing a brilliant job, and they are 84 minutes में पहला गोल खाया, which was really sad for me. But after that goal, France, the last 6 minutes, the game that Portugal played, they were absolutely brilliant. And I really like the changes which they made. I guess that was the changes which impacted the game. Or actually, I was a bit disappointed जब Ronaldo penalty लेने गया, because I was really hoping for Bruno Fernandes coming from Manchester United background. तो ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. But one great feat, Ronaldo went on to become the highest goal scorer in Europe of all time. So that is another Herculean feat. Ronaldo का second goal मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा. He showed brilliant presence of mind to score that goal. But again, somewhere down the line, I personally believe Portugal was not really up to the mark, because Bernardo Silva was all over the place. That was a major challenge for them. Bruno Fernandes was not at his very best. So this will actually make them worry. कहीं ना कहीं पे I believe the Portugal defense has fallen down by a mile. Pepe is way past his prime, and Pepe का कल बहुत सारा fouls हुआ, because he was not able to stop the Hungarian attack. The Hungarian attack was actually brilliant, or Pepe actually had to commit fouls to stop them. So ideally, I personally believe that the Portugal defense needs to work on themselves if they will have to challenge the likes of Germany and France. जो गेम हम लोग कल देखे हैं जर्मनी और फ्रांस से, अगर ऐसा डिफेंस लेके पोर्टुगल खेलने जाएगा, they will literally concede 4 to 5 goals. So you have to be very careful. That's all. Again, I personally believe this is like somebody said, football bloody hell. So yes, football's bloody hell. Because Hungary never deserved to lose yesterday. I was expecting a draw, but 3-0 was a bit overwhelming and very cruel for the Hungarian side.
Exactly. शाग्निक, कैसा लगा CR7 का परफॉर्मेंस?
So Ronaldo scoring a brace in the first match of the tournament is obviously a big booster for Portugal. मतलब any team would want their best scorer to score. Like first match में अगर 2 गोल आके score करते तो obviously, and they're playing with so many new talents. So I think also Hungary ने बहुत अच्छा defend किया 84th minute तक, जहाँ पे आके first goal concede हुआ. I think that Portugal coach, like Fernando Santos है ना, Fernando Santos made one very good change, जहाँ पे Rafa Silva अंदर आता है, and Rafa Silva made a positive impact in yesterday's match. I think he's from Benfica. Positive impact. Yeah. Last goal जो हुआ 1-1 with Ronaldo, और Ronaldo आके goalkeeper को कटा के गोल किया. So I think it was a very good change, and going in the tournament, I think Portugal will be a threat to the other teams.
जैसे रोहित दा ने कहा कि ब्रूनो फर्नांडिस पेनल्टी शायद लेने से उनको अच्छा लगता, लेकिन एक र्यूमर और एक तो है कि CR7 मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं और शायद ब्रूनो फर्नांडिस के साथ पेयर भी कर सकते हैं।
एक रूमर तो चल रहा है दैट इज आई गेस लाइक अ 2 year कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हैज बीन ऑफर्ड टू रोनाल्डो, बट अगेन ऐसे रूमर्स तो यार हम लोग हर एक साल सुनते हैं, हर एक साल
एग्जैक्ट
रोनाल्डो इज लिंक्ड विद मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड, बट अल्टीमेटली मैनिफेस्ट नहीं होता है, बट अगर आता है तो आई विल बी रियली हैप्पी, बट एट द सेम टाइम आई बिलीव दैट राइट नाउ I guess Ronaldo is left with what 2 to 3 years of his prime game time, any like more. I believe that won't be a very good investment. But ठीक है यार, रोनाल्डो का presence itself is a massive thing for any team. And of course यार मैनचेस्टर का एक बहुत glaring issue है, मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड का एक बहुत glaring issue है striking. That is यार Cavani has given them hope yet. But अगर कवानी का साथ और एक striking partner अच्छा मिल जाता है, which I personally believe रोनाल्डो, तो बहुत डेंजरस हो सकता है यार ये टीम।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। ठीक है, अब रोहित दा के फेवरेट टीम के बारे में बढ़ते हैं, स्पेन वर्सेस स्वीडन। कितना बोरिंग मैच था रोहित दा।
यार ये स्पेन का पेरेनियल प्रॉब्लम बन चुका है। आफ्टर 2012 स्पेन कीप्स ऑन अटैकिंग, कीप्स ऑन कीपिंग द पोजेशन। 86% बॉल पोजेशन था वो गेम पे स्पेन का। 17 अटेम्प्ट था जहाँ पे स्वीडन का 4 अटेम्प्ट था। वहां से स्पेन couldn't score a single goal. How much more disgraceful can it be? Spain played 917 passes, जहाँ पे स्वीडन ने खेला 162 passes. मैं फीफा में इससे ज्यादा पास खेल लेता हूँ और स्वीडन ने सिर्फ 162 passes खेला, इसका बाद भी गोल नहीं हुआ। एंड आई डोंट नो व्हाई एग्जैक्टली अल्वारो मोराटा, व्हाट्स
क्या था एग्जैक्टली
सर आई स्टिल डू नॉट अंडरस्टैंड, मतलब ये क्यों। और एक चीज जो मुझे बहुत सरप्राइजिंग लगा, जैसे डीगिया को नहीं खिलाना, ideally I thought that De Gea would be playing, but nevertheless the Spain goalkeeper was not tested much. Gerard Moreno जब टीम पे था, Alcantara था, I believe they should have tried. Why did they not try Adama Traore? I still do not understand. Adama Traore is right now one of the most electrifying attackers in Premier League. जब मोराटा can't score, we all know Morata has a problem with scoring. I don't know what. यार उसको जो मौका मिला था, एक सेंट्रल डिफेंडर भी उसे गोल में कन्वर्ट कर देता, and he shot it out, and it was not just once, it was I guess twice in his opportunity. So why not?
लेकिन स्वीडन का गोलकीपर भी कल बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म किया, आप अगर देखो।
स्वीडन का गोलकीपर एग्जैक्टली, नाउ Olsen is a very seasoned campaigner. Olsen plays at a different level altogether for Sweden. But I believe the chances that we had, they should have been converted. मोरेनो को बहुत बाद में यूज किया, थियागो अल्कांट्रा को बाद में यूज किया, they should have used Adama Traore. In fact, Pablo Sarabia made a good change, but still I personally believe right now if Spain has one and one striker and that is Adama Traore, there's no one else who's there to strike, and Spain will need strikers. Alvaro Morata से काम होने वाला नहीं है. I was really impressed with the way Daniel Olmo played the last day. Olmo was really great. At the same time, I would really praise how Pau Torres played. Pau Torres was again, like we all expected that he was going to be a rock in the defense. So he ensured the fact that Sweden was not getting much opportunity. Sweden got the best of the chance जहाँ पे ball crossbar में लग के वापस आया. So that was a bit unfortunate for them. But I believe if you talk about fortunes and misfortunes, Spain का तो यार अलग ही बात है. I don't know what were they trying to do. Getting the chance, Alvaro Morata shooting from point blank range था यार, वहाँ से बाहर मारा. So I was very disheartened with that. But I would like to mention Marcus Borg. Borg played a very good role for Sweden. I mean, the attacks that you were playing, he was actually impressive. There was one more player whom I was in a dilemma with whether to support or not, क्योंकि मेरा ही क्लब में खेलता है यार, मेरा क्लब में, मतलब मेरा सपोर्टिंग वाला क्लब में खेलता है, Victor Lindelof. And I was really pissed that he went on to take the Man of the Match award, wherein for Manchester he keeps on spreading it all around. So, but anyway, Victor Lindelof also played a great game in the last one, and the goalkeeper of Sweden was absolutely brilliant. Olsen was just top-notch, the way he kept on stopping the opportunities for Spain. But I personally believe that Spain again has got that ability to go ahead and change this complexion. the attacking football that they played, it was once again brilliant. But देखो, at the end of the day, numbers will matter. Or if you fail to go ahead and convert those chances, even if you create 100 chances in 90 minutes, none of them will count.
ठीक है, चलिए आज शटर बंद करने का टाइम हो गया है। रोहित दा, आप कुछ कहना चाहोगे?
यार, मेरा दो टीम, स्पेन, इंडिया, बोथ ऑफ देम वर नॉट अप टू द मार्क। तो बहुत दुखी हूँ मैं यार, ऐसे तो मत बोलो, बहुत दुखी हूँ। बट हाँ, मैं यही एक्सपेक्ट करता हूँ कि अभी तो इंडिया का गेम्स अभी नहीं है, यही एक्सपेक्ट करता हूँ कम से कम स्पेन कैन बी एबल टू टर्न दी टाइड अराउंड एंड गिव मी समथिंग टू चीयर अबाउट। बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है यार सोशल मीडिया में जाना।
शाग्निक?
नहीं, आई एम वेरी हैप्पी। मतलब पोर्टुगल विनिंग 3-0, ब्राजील विनिंग 3-0, मैं तो नाचूंगा अभी बड़ा।
तुम्हारा जर्मनी तो हार गया, जर्मनी तो हार गया तुम्हारा।
आई वाज काइंड ऑफ सपोर्टिंग काई हैवर्ट्ज, बट नहीं खेल पाया, नहीं हुआ, कोई बात नहीं, इट्स ओके।
ठीक है, आप लोगों से फिर जल्दी मुलाकात होगी। फिलहाल अपना ख्याल रखिए। गुड नाइट। कट।